I'm starting to get sick of this. I smell like body odor after a long day or a workout, and I go home and shower like any normal person would. Except that 20 to 30 minutes after I'm out of the shower, I already smell like body odor again, specifically in the armpit area. I tried scrubbing harder. It didn't work. I tried shaving the hair shorter, and it still didn't work. Yes, I use deodorant, but it still isn't a permanent solution, and I'm not trying to wear deodorant all the time, like if I'm walking around my house or putting it on before bed. Does anybody have a solution for this that I haven't already tried? The issue is not sweating. I smell bad directly after a shower. I'm not sweating. I have already tried shaving hair shorter, washing clothes and towels, cleaning the washing machine, drinking more or less water, less sugar intake, already do that, less alcohol intake, more vegetables, deodorant antiperspirant 2-in-1, already do that, different soaps. I usually use Dr. Squatch, tried dandruff shampoo, and other miscellaneous soaps. Story 1. Have you washed your towels recently? Are you taking hot showers and making the bathroom a sauna so when you get out to dry you basically get moist and sweaty? Story 2. The smell of body odor is caused by bacteria on your skin digesting compounds in your sweat. This usually follows sweating. If you aren't sweating and still feel like you smell bad, it might help to look at your diet. Do you have an onion or garlic-heavy diet? Some foods go straight through us, while others, like the sulfur compounds found in alliums, are absorbed into the bloodstream and secreted through sweat, leading to a sulfur smell that starts in areas where you sweat the most. If you are sweating excessively, that's called hyperhidrosis. Putting on antiperspirant before bed is recommended. By the time you have your morning shower, it's in your pores doing its thing and will stick around in the shower, provided you don't scrub it off. If you do, just reapply. Next would be pharmacist-grade over-the-counter medicated antiperspirant. This one can cause a bit of irritation due to the active ingredients being in quite high doses, but it will help. Last, there is also Botox to deactivate sweat glands where it's administered. Story 3. You need to use antiperspirant, not deodorant. Antiperspirant stops you from sweating. Deodorant tries to mask the smell of sweat. Also, change bed sheets and towels more often. Make sure you properly dry your laundry. Story 4. Consider type and effectiveness of soap and deodorant, underlying diseases or illnesses that could be affecting bacteria and your metabolic and immune system, medications that could be affecting the skin's pH and microbiome, your diet, your clothing material and type or effectiveness of clothes soap. Basically, redepositing bacteria onto the skin from microbe-harboring material and ineffective washing or soap. Hydration levels, physiology and anatomy, places or surface volume that is conducive to harboring bacteria. Yeast or fungal infection, not bacterial overgrowth. Hypersensitive sense of smell. Overcleaning is allowing harmful bacteria or fungi to flourish and negatively impacting skin pH. Story 5. Do you drink sufficient water and are you adequately hydrated? Chances are that people who do not drink enough water could have a stronger odor to their sweat. Story 6. Use Panoxyl to wash your body. Get in the shower. Leave it on for 5 minutes. Wash off. Got this tip from a dermatologist. Also, you should be wearing antiperspirant all the time. When you put it on at night, it creates a plug to help keep the sweat away and prevent body odor. Reapply antiperspirant in the morning and you will be good to go. Also got this tip from a dermatologist. Story 7. I have twin sons. In their teens, they both developed acne. One of the boys also had severe body odor. My wife took them to a dermatologist and got them on isotretinoin, which cleared up their acne and my one son's body odor problem. As soon as they stopped the medication, my one son's body odor returned. The doctor put him on a very small dose of the medication, and there was no more body odor. I suggest seeing a dermatologist as they may be able to help. Story 8. You may have to wear antiperspirant 24/7. I do. Get out of the shower at night and put it on. It will give it time to activate while you sleep so you're good for the day. I'd also get something with aluminum or silver. I use Rexona 96 Hour and I don't smell anymore. Also, if you're hairy, I recommend trimming or shaving your armpits. It made a world of difference for me as the antiperspirant wasn't reaching the skin efficiently before I started doing that. Story 9. Look at your soap as well as any loofahs or sponges or washcloths you're using to scrub yourself. Look at your diet. Look at your bed and bedding. Look at your laundry and how you wash it and what you're washing it with. If you have a washing machine that needs to be cleaned and disinfected, that can be an issue, for example. Story 10. What do you mean you are not going to wear deodorant all the time? You wear it when you do not want your armpits to smell. If you are not putting it on and then your armpits smell bad, this is not exactly a mystery. Story 11. You should use deodorant 24/7. But for what it's worth, the one time when I had really nasty body odor that seemingly no cleaning or antiperspirant could fix, it was because I had included a new type of nacho chips into my diet that absolutely made me smell like an onion. Story 12. Do not wear plastic or oil-based clothes. No polyester, acrylic, or nylon found in cheap clothes and sportswear. Wear cotton and linen in summer and wool in winter. Buy some new cotton socks and cotton underwear this week. Read the labels to ensure you are buying 80 to 90% cotton. Clothes should never be left damp in the washer or basket after washing. They need to be put in a dryer until dry, or much better, outside in the sun or on a covered drying rack with a dehumidifier underneath running on laundry mode. Find a special soap for this issue from your local pharmacy or drugstore. Get a roll-on or stick deodorant from a pharmacy. Talk to the pharmacist about your issue. Also, ask them to help you choose a suitable moisturizer for winter or dry skin that will not interfere with your skin's pH or encourage bacteria. Instead of baby powder, use bicarbonate of soda and lightly dust it all over your body after you towel off after a shower. Kills bacteria. I personally put half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda into my socks in summer. Wash your towel 1 to 2 times a week. Buy new ones if yours have seen better days. A vodka water mix can be lightly sprayed on clothes that cannot be washed, like inside leather jackets, in shoes, on mattresses, sofas, etc. Vodka, like bicarbonate, also kills bacteria. Put bicarbonate of soda or specialist products into your shoes. Get a nice cologne from a nice department store, or at least have a retail worker at a more mid-market store help you choose a mid-range cologne. Story 13. Have you asked a friend or family member if you still smell bad right after a shower? It's possible that it's in your head. Insecurities can do that. Get confirmation from someone you trust who will be honest. Story 14. Medical student here. That odor is likely caused by bacteria. You need to use any wash with benzoyl peroxide in it a few times a week or daily. If your skin doesn't like that, you can also try a salicylic acid wash. Target sells a generic brand itch relief shampoo that is 3% salicylic acid, and it's cheaper than the CeraVe salicylic acid body wash. If it doesn't go away, you should see your doctor, especially if you are itchy or red. Story 15. I would suggest looking at your diet, as that could be a contributing factor. Also, switch to an antibacterial soap and ensure you are using fresh, dry towels, using an antiperspirant deodorant, and putting on clean clothes. If you are still noticing the smell, it could be medical and you should see a specialist or doctor. Story 16. Smell is caused by bacteria in the armpits. You can try using a medicated shower gel. Speak to a dermatologist or general practitioner for one. Do not use something like Dettol on your skin, as this would be painful and harmful. Other than that, by shaving your armpit hair, you will provide less surface for it to cling to. Note, this will not stop you from sweating, which is part of the problem. You may find yourself changing shirts or tops more regularly. You should apply an antiperspirant roll-on or stick deodorant every time you shower and shower twice a day. Some gym clothing brands designed to wick sweat away and dry quickly can also help. Story 17. You don't wear deodorant after you shower? Damn, we really socialize differently. If you don't want your body to smell like body odor or sweat, you're best off wearing deodorant where it's likely to smell bad, under your arms. Story 18. Get yourself some Hibiclens soap, antiseptic soap, and wash under your arms with it. I normally wash and leave it on for about 2 to 3 minutes before rinsing it off. Story 19:1. You need a soap that is actually antibacterial. Most soaps, weirdly enough, are not. It must specifically say antibacterial on it. This helps kill germs. Make sure you use a proper antiperspirant, not just a spray-on. The clinical roll-ons work best, I have found. They are usually like a paste or even a gel. I prefer the gel over the paste. It does not clog up my skin and pores like the paste version does. Make sure your clothes are properly washed, especially in the armpit area. They may require a good soak in laundry disinfectant or something to help clean them. I found there are certain clothes that smell clean after being washed, but as soon as even a small amount of sweat touches them, they smell terrible, even though my actual underarms have zero smell. It could be a reaction between the fabric and bacteria or sweat. I am not sure because I have thoroughly washed, soaked, cleaned, dried in the sun, and made sure there was zero smell when they are finished washing and before I put them on. I found using isopropyl alcohol under my arms after I dry off once out of the shower also helps kill bacteria very well, eliminating any chance of smells. I let the isopropyl alcohol dry off before putting on deodorant, and that works very well. Story 20. Hydrate more and wear deodorant all the time as intended. Scrub well everywhere when showering. Sometimes a single soapy pass is not enough. Improve your laundry routine. Check your diet. If none of these work, see a doctor about it. Most people have a hard time noticing their own smell. If you notice it this much, it is likely very strong to other people. Story 21. No one is going to want to hear this, but aluminum-free deodorant will make you smell like body odor. If you are trying to use aluminum-free, it is your life, but you will smell like body odor. Story 22. You have to use the deodorant immediately after the shower when it is best to soak in. If you want to eliminate the problem, then use an antiperspirant and not just a deodorant. So antiperspirant. Take a shower, get out, dry off with a towel, and immediately use antiperspirant. Other answers like diet are legitimate, but first you have to use your deodorant correctly. Story 23. If you take hot showers, try finishing them cold and giving yourself a wipe down in the cold water before you get out. When I finish showering in hot water, I sweat for a bit afterwards while I'm cooling down, and I start smelling of body odor again pretty quickly. Finishing with cold water solved the problem for me. Story 24. This is my life, you need the extra strength stuff, roll-on only. I used Mitchum. It's not the absolute strongest, but it's miles better than any regular stuff. It will stain your clothes easily if you're not careful. If that's not doing it, you need to work your way up, I guess. Some people just get unlucky with this. You just need to get used to wearing it. Put it on after a shower and when you leave the house. Nothing else for it. Story 25. You can try using odorless antiseptic spray as deodorant in your armpits, as it kills the bacteria that cause body odor, or remove the armpit hair with hot wax, as it removes the breeding ground for those bacteria. Both worked well for me. Story 26. Maybe you need an antiperspirant with deodorant. I've noticed many men's deodorants do not contain antiperspirant like women's products do. Maybe ask your doctor what to suggest. Story 27. Wash your body first with an antibacterial wash. Gibicleanse is a great wash for face and body. You can grab it from Walmart. I would wash twice with it and then wash your body with a scented wash. Use a clean towel. If you sweat when you sleep, you should change your pillowcases and bedding frequently, as the smell will also linger there. I would recommend showering twice a day, and depending on how long your hair is, make sure you are washing it as hair holds smell. When wearing perfume or cologne, there are ways to layer your fragrance, and it will last a long time. It does not have to be expensive to smell good. Also, stores like TJ Maxx and Burlington sell colognes and perfumes at a better price. You can even go into a store, ask for a sample, and get a few mini vials, or Scentbird and other online places sell small ones for reasonable prices. Also, I want to say that you have to make sure you are clean before applying deodorant, antiperspirant, or cologne. You cannot mask odor, you have to clean it. As others have said, you have to look at your habits. Increase water to help flush some toxins from your body, and increase healthier options if needed. Story 28. Use a 10% benzoyl peroxide acne face wash like Panoxyl on your underarms to help mitigate the bacteria that contribute to odor generation. The typical approach would be to lather for 2 minutes, but that's a bit long, so just count to 60 for each underarm. Story 29. I got a tip to use an antiseptic cleanser like this just on my armpits, and it has helped a lot. Story 30. I'd suggest trying with these comments, but if everything else has been ruled out, including clothes, towels, and bedding, maybe speak to a doctor. Unusual body odor can actually be a sign or symptom of something like a metabolism issue or a sign that you need to make some dietary changes. I know specifically that diabetes can cause a sickly sweet, unusual kind of smell, and that's probably not the only one. Story 31. You need to go to a sulfur pool, usually available in a spa. It will neutralize everything, and don't forget to go afterward to a normal thermal bath to absorb the nutrients again through your skin. Good luck. Story 32. I had a problem where one of my armpits started to smell worse and worse. 20 minutes after a shower and deodorant, it was stinky. I got some high percentage hydrogen peroxide, 30%. It will burn your skin slightly. Be very careful with it. I applied it to my underarm and it worked. I was convinced it was a symptom of some sort of disease, but it was just plain old germs. Hydrogen peroxide is dangerous and can blind you. It's fatal if ingested. I used gloves and a rag. Story 33. Best guess. Diet. Or just your natural body chemistry. Try wiping a little rubbing alcohol in there after your shower and before deodorant. Also, check that it is, in fact, deodorant and not antiperspirant. Story 34. You are probably not exfoliating enough. Also, try alum stone and Aleppo soap. They worked for me. The other thing is what you eat. Specific foods will literally make you stink while others make you smell more attractive. Story 35. It seems a little crazy, but I'll occasionally throw on some foot powder into all the nooks and crannies because whatever brand I have smells absolutely amazing and it keeps me really, really dry. Story 36. 2 things you can do. First, do not eat as much garlic and onions if you do. The other thing is, after you shower, use some rubbing alcohol to clean your armpits. I mean, scrub your armpits with a rag soaked in alcohol. You might want to trim your armpit hairs first. Then, apply deodorant. Some people get bacteria under their arms, and water and soap will not kill it. Rubbing alcohol will, but you might need to do this for a few days to a week. Anyway, it works for me.